he made $100 million, and he's his own boss. He can say and do what he wants to do, having a great team.
Yeah.
Because no one person can do it by himself. That was the core of the team.
Gotcha.
And it was a tremendous sacrifice, especially for me. I worked like 15 years straight, 7 days a week, 20 hours a day.
Wow.
That whole middle part of my life, it didn't exist. It didn't exist.
And now you have this egg on your face and things are falling apart. And now people are wondering, did you get screwed, or was it your own financial ignorance, and now you're bitter?
People taking shots at a great fighter, Mayweather. Probably the same people that were, applauding him and saying how great he was at one point, and now they're taking shots at him like they're almost, like they get pleasure out of seeing a great fall, potentially.
You're right,
fall.
but when you call yourself the money man, you do it to yourself a little bit too.
No, I can't argue with that.
Leonard Ellerbe has addressed the reports claiming Floyd Mayweather lost his alleged $1.1 billion fortune and was left facing financial difficulties. According to Ellerbe, the speculation did not surprise him. Having worked alongside Floyd for many years, he said he witnessed a champion's lavish lifestyle and constant high spending firsthand. In Ellerbe's view, those habits eventually fueled widespread questions and speculation about Mayweather's financial situation.
I've been saying from day one what it is that, and they know, everybody laughed at me. They laughed at me. They said, he's just talking nonsense. I've been told, all of you guys.
According to Leonard Ellerbe, once Floyd Mayweather reached extraordinary fame and success, criticism was always going to follow. Ellerbe believes a real test has never been the criticism itself, but how Floyd responds to it and handles everything that comes afterward.
At the end of the day, when you're on top, when you're at the top, you can expect criticism. It just comes with success, and it's all about how you handle things. And me personally, none of it's personal. None of it's personal.
Leonard Ellerbe believes Floyd Mayweather had the potential to build an even greater business empire if every investment and business venture had been approached with careful planning and smarter long-term decision-making.
One who formed his own company,
right? But
he was the first one that had a team surrounded by him. That our focus was the business, and his focus was the boxing. And in turn, we built the brand, built Mayweather Promotions.
Yeah.
And Floyd became his own boss.
Wow.
And that was the key.
Logan Paul has continued to criticize Floyd Mayweather Jr., claiming that he is still owed the remaining $1.5 million from their exhibition bout. Paul has repeatedly raised the issue in public, maintaining that the payment dispute has yet to be resolved.
Because he's still waiting on the 1.5 from Floyd Mayweather. He made this video simultaneously with the beef with Le'Veon, and I don't know, maybe it's coincidence, maybe it isn't.
Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao 2. The fight nobody asked for except me. I need this because if Floyd wins, he can finally pay me my $1.5 million. I don't care about the legacy fight. I don't care that these men have a combined age of 100 years. I care that Floyd Mayweather, the best boxer alive, uses those same hands that made him 100 million to Venmo me my money. And Floyd, if you're watching this, win it and pay me back or I'm gonna send my goons after you. Gotcha. Hey.
I really don't know why I watched that. Yeah, listen, dude. Logan is, again, functionally a coward for not doing this. I was really excited for it, too. I couldn't wait. That was about to be content, stud. But, I mean, okay, yes, I understand if he is under WWE contract, they're not going to allow him to do certain...
Teddy Atlas says many fans who once praised Floyd Mayweather are now openly mocking him, claiming his biggest downfall has become a topic of discussion almost everywhere.
Oh, yeah, like you said, he was Mayweather, Money Mayweather, and now he's suing because he went through his money, he blew his money, whatever. Look, I don't know what the truth is. fully in there. I know Steven Espinosa was named. He ran Showtime at the time. He was named him. I never was a fan of Espinosa. Again, I'm not afraid to say and not mince my words when I feel a certain way. And I've taken arrows for it, and of course I've also taken some praise for it. That people say, hey, Teddy's gonna say what he feels. I was never a fan of him. I never thought he was a man that kept his word. I never thought he really did a great job over at Showtime. I mean, they put some good fights on because the fights were available, because the landscape made it.
WAC 100 has defended Floyd Mayweather against claims that he is broke, insisting Floyd remain financially successful and is not bothered by the rumors or by what others say about his life and career.
Oh, where Floyd is rich at right now?
What's that?
His peace of mind. When I send him things, like I send you things when it's pertaining to you, when he gets the time, he'll call me and he say, hey, Wack, what's that? And I tell him, he said, that's nonsense. He said, well, as long as they trying to figure me out, they not gonna be able to figure out what they need to do. And he continues to move. I will say this without saying too much, that I've seen him pass on some big deals based upon the business he already has on the table. But again, I've been to his home. I talk to him regular. He's my business partner.
Pauli Melik-Nagy says that if Floyd Mayweather Jr. had kept his finances private, far fewer people would have questioned his wealth. In his view, Floyd's constant displays of money and luxury only invited greater public scrutiny of his finances.
But he was seeing how much Floyd was making, right? And Floyd himself was flaunting himself like he was the guy who was making that kind of money. And for all intents and purposes, I assume he was. Everybody assumed he was, and it seemed like he thought he was, because he wasn't complaining, he was showing off, you know? This is why, as I get older, I feel like, and everybody always tells you this when you're young, like, keep your finances private, you know, and this is why I think this is a big reason why. First and foremost, you notice that if you don't keep your finances private, everybody and their mothers ask you for money constantly. And they don't ask you for
that happens either way.
And they don't ask you, well, people assume you have money, but if you flaunt it, you definitely, they confirm you have money. And they don't ask you for money like you need to buy the Rolex or the Lamborghini. They'll guilt you into it. They need their mother's dying in the hospital. They need to pay for a funeral. Their kid is sick. Like, they guilt you into it, and you almost feel bad not giving it.
A boxing analyst explores a reported financial decline of Floyd Mayweather, a fighter once known for proudly displaying his immense wealth. Over the years, Mayweather worked with several influential figures, including Steven Espinosa and Showtime, but he is now pursuing a £340 million lawsuit, alleging that substantial earnings were withheld from him. Although his longtime advisor, Al Heyman, is not named in the legal action, Mayweather continues to face increasing legal disputes. The analyst also argues that Floyd's extravagant spending, including luxury cars, expensive jewelry, and a private jet, has contributed to the financial questions surrounding his situation.
That we are going to go through in this video. Now, I've been covering boxing for double-digit years. Allow me to take you through it. A simple Google search shows Floyd Mayweather. You type in his name, you're going to see some fight photos and whatnot. But the top stories, and there's multiple stories, and we're going to take a look at some of them. But as mentioned, Business Insider is now reporting what you see on the screen, that Floyd Mayweather is being accused in lawsuits of owing millions of dollars for luxury watches, gold, and rent on palatial apartment, right? The bullet points. Floyd was sued for allegedly failing to pay rent on a luxurious duplex in
luxury apartments, soaring rental costs, and unpaid financial obligations reportedly began to accumulate, eventually leading to legal disputes. A Miami couple who owned a condominium previously rented by Floyd Mayweather alleged that he fell behind on approximately $500,000 in rent. According to the claim, he initially made payments but later stopped responding to attempt to recover the outstanding balance. The analyst argues that a long pattern of extravagant spending, weak financial oversight, and relying on others to manage his finances eventually caught up with Mayweather. He concludes that fame and enormous wealth alone do not guarantee lasting financial security, and that even the world's highest paid athletes can face serious financial problems without careful money management.
And this sum represents the $500,000 in arrears plus late fees minus a deposit that Mayweather paid at the start of the lease and the $100,000 catch-up payment. So they deducted what he did submit when he was made aware of this, the $100K, and I guess a deposit. So the remaining balance is that. An attorney for Mayweather did not provide a comment by deadline. He has not responded to the lawsuit in court. In a separate legal matter, so we've already went over one with this luxury condo in Manhattan, right? But a separate legal matter, a Miami jeweler sued Floyd Mayweather last month, alleging the boxer owes more than $1 million for jewelry that he took but never paid for.
Paolo Malignaggi and Chris Algieri have discussed how Floyd Mayweather, despite earning enormous amounts throughout his career, could still encounter financial problems. Malignaggi argued that it is difficult to imagine someone of Mayweather's stature allowing such significant sums of money to disappear without noticing. He explained that while purchases like Ferraris or luxury jewelry may seem expensive to most people, they represent only a small fraction of Mayweather's reported earnings. Algieri added that during the height of Floyd's career, failing to properly account for the earnings from even one major fight could lead to substantial financial losses. Over time, he said, repeated oversights across multiple events could accumulate and create increasingly serious financial challenges.
I don't know, like there's guys who have a lot of money, okay? For me, I could go into a jewelry store, spend $20,000 at the time, like nothing. Like, you know what, I didn't plan on going there. I bought a Ferrari. I went to with my friend to go check out a Ferrari he was gonna buy. I went there and I'm like, I got this in my account, I could buy this right now. You know, like that, you know? And I'm not saying that's smart, what I'm saying is,
your accountant must have loved you.
yeah, really. But what I'm saying is, I got good money for that when I sold it.
I'm just
The used car market came back at the time. But anyway, what I'm saying is, it could go like that, okay? That kind of money. But bro, $340 million? That's not Ferrari, bro. That's a lot of Ferraris, a lot of houses.
But Floyd had a lot of Ferraris. And that's the thing about Floyd. Like, yes, is that way too much money? Yes, that's a crazy amount.
$340 million?
Paolo Malignaggi compares the situation to past examples, pointing to fighters like Mike Tyson, who also suffered major financial losses because of poor financial management and the influence of people around them. Both analysts argue that Floyd Mayweather's reported financial issues did not simply emerge years after he earned vast sums of money. Instead, they suggest someone may have recently uncovered concerns or is now closely reviewing his financial records. Overall, they emphasize that fame and enormous wealth alone do not guarantee long-term financial stability, even for the highest-paid athletes in boxing.
Track of an entire fight person, more than one fight, multiple fight
at the height of your career.
$340 million? There's nights where you didn't make that much money in a night.
But we heard about stuff like this with Mike Tyson back in the day. Yeah. Big money losses, people taking advantage of him, a number of different things. Now, all that being said and done, 10 years is the point. That is the major point of all of this. Because when you look about this now, 10 years, where does this come from? It makes me think that someone's gotten in his ear. And maybe, where does this come from out of nowhere? Is he going through the books now, 10 years later? No, of course not. Someone else is. Someone else is probably telling him, hey man, this is like this, this is like that. So you
think it did happen?
I don't know. I think someone, regardless of whether it happened or it didn't,
that's what I'm wondering.
Unless it's coming out of nowhere, unless he literally is just getting just
he's losing his mind because there's a lot of rumors about him losing money, right?
Losing money, being I don't want to say destitute, but the old saying, how the mighty.
Boxing journalist Dan Raphael says he was not surprised by reports of Floyd Mayweather facing financial difficulties after retiring from boxing. According to Raphael, anyone who closely followed Mayweather's lifestyle could have seen the possibility because of how openly he displayed his spending habits. He pointed to Floyd's extravagant lifestyle, which regularly featured private jets, luxury cars, expensive trips, and constant displays of wealth. Raphael also noted that Mayweather spent money on a scale few people could imagine, with much of it documented publicly through social media, interviews, and video appearances.
But the fact that Floyd would encounter some financial issues post his boxing career is not in any way a surprise to me. When you see the types of things that, when if you believe anything that he puts on his social media, the travel that he does, the places he goes, and the amount of entourage he has, I mean, that's like a money pit. I mean, whether you're flying on private jets or you're staying at first class hotels, or you're buying expensive jewelry and cars and bags and you name it. I mean, it's all good when you're making those gigantic paydays and they're coming in, a couple times a year. You're making 40 million here and 25 million there, or even more, 100 million plus, when he fought the big mega fights with guys like Conor McGregor and Manny Pacquiao. But when that stops, that money it goes.
Dan Raphael argues that this level of spending makes financial problems almost inevitable. In his view, even someone as successful as Floyd Mayweather can gradually see enormous earnings disappear if extravagant spending continues unchecked. Fans watch Floyd travel by private jet, purchase luxury assets, and maintain a lifestyle that required constant high expenses. Raphael believes the situation serves as a lesson for athletes and celebrities alike. No matter how much money someone owns, living beyond sustainable limits can eventually lead to serious financial consequences. He says a combination of lavish public spending, expensive habits, and long-term financial mismanagement helps explain why questions continue to surround Mayweather's finances despite the record-breaking wealth he earned throughout his boxing career.
Allegations about the $340 million, it just didn't ring true to me, because Al Heyman, who is not named in the suit, but apparently is supposedly part of this problem, whatever. But I mean, I've known Al Heyman and covered Al Heyman's fighters and his business since the day he stepped in boxing in like 2002 with Vernon Forrest. And all that time, and literally in terms of the PBC, a couple hundred fighters that he's dealt with, maybe not personally, but that his team is and his company. To a fighter, you never hear anybody, even when they're retired and they're not with Al anymore, nobody talks bad about him. In fact, if you ask most fighters, they'll tell you how good to them that he has been, that type of money that they've helped to make, and the person that he's paid, and the guidance that he's...
Analyst Fannin discusses Floyd Mayweather's recent legal action, explaining that after reportedly facing financial pressure, he has turned to the courts against former business associates. According to Fannin, although Mayweather earned well over $1 billion during his undefeated career, he now claims that a substantial portion of those earnings never reached him. The lawsuit targets Showtime and its former president, Stephen Espinosa, alleging their involvement in the handling of funds connected to Mayweather's longtime advisor, Al Heyman. Fannin also points out that while Heyman is not named as a defendant, Mayweather argues that Showtime and Espinosa played a significant role in overseeing the financial arrangements.
According to TMZ, let's get to the TMZ. Floyd Mayweather sues Showtime, saying, "I'm missing hundreds of millions of dollars." Floyd Mayweather Jr. says he made over $1 billion in earnings over his legendary career, but the 50-0 fighter claims all the money didn't make it to his bank account. He is now suing Showtime, claiming they played a big role in his ex-manager screwing him out of hundreds of millions of dollars. In the lawsuit, filed by Floyd in California and obtained by TMZ Sports, Mayweather says he's gunning to recover hundreds of millions of dollars in the misappropriated funds and damages resulting from long-running and elaborate financial fraud.
The lawsuit alleges that earnings from several of Floyd Mayweather's biggest fights, including bouts against Manny Pacquiao and Conor McGregor, were directed into accounts allegedly controlled by Al Heyman rather than being paid directly to Mayweather. It further claims that when Mayweather and his legal team later requested Showtime financial records, they were informed that the documents were unavailable or could not be located, raising further concerns about how the money had been handled. Fannin says the case illustrates the challenges even elite athletes can face when dealing with enormous sums of money, where limited oversight and heavy dependence on others may lead to substantial financial losses. He adds that Mayweather's lawsuit is intended to recover funds he believes were improperly withheld, while also highlighting the complex financial relationships that exist between fighters, managers, and broadcasting companies in professional boxing.
Those parties to see whether or not this is something that Floyd should have known about or did know about or maybe did not understand, because it seems very, very funny that Floyd would not know that the money was getting paid to Al Haymon and not directly to him. Regardless, I don't know the outcome of that. I will talk about this though. The absolute blatant karma up in Floyd Mayweather's face for all the smack he talked about Muhammad Ali and how Muhammad Ali's name was only worth $50 million and he sold half of his name for $50 million and how he's made so much more money and that makes him all of that. Talked about how Muhammad Ali, I'm sure, or I don't know if he did, but I'd heard, talked about Floyd. Yeah, he did, because he talked about his money and how he had to sell his name because he didn't have his money.
WAC 100 says Floyd Mayweather remains unfazed by public criticism and pays little attention to opinions shared on social media platforms he does not actively use. According to him, much of Mayweather's wealth is tied to businesses, trusts, companies, and long-term investments, making the full extent of his assets difficult for the public to determine. WAC argues that this financial structure helps protect Mayweather's wealth and provides long-term stability, even if it is not immediately visible. Despite ongoing speculation about his finances, he says Floyd is comfortable with his lifestyle and confident in his financial position. WAC also believes that, for Mayweather, true wealth is measured not only by money but by personal happiness, pointing to the time he enjoys spending with his family, especially his grandson, as proof that peace of mind matters just as much as financial success.
The thing that's going on out there is phasing him but get to him. He doesn't even control his social media. He doesn't see it. I'm telling you, he doesn't see it.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like he's posting himself. He has someone that
he doesn't see it. He doesn't pay any attention. When I need something done, I have to send it through different channels for it to get done. But no, he's definitely not. I mean, we know that. He has tons of businesses going on. They were making accusations that he didn't own the things he owned. You're not gonna find nothing in Floyd's name directly. You're not gonna find, when you're dealing with that type of money and those type of situations, you know this, Vlad, it's set up. It could be a foundation, a trust.
Yeah, shell companies, corporations, LLCs, whatever.
I know some of these people that they'll say they own 40 different companies, but what it is, they're part of an investment group.
That's all for today's video. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more updates, and until next time, take care.